Hello friends, welcome. Live again, here we go. I have this sketchbook that I've had since 2020 and I'm seriously almost done with it, so let's finish it off together. I just have a couple of parts of this spread that I want to finish, and then I really just have the last page. Everything else is filled, which is really exciting because I've been working on it on and off for 4 years. So it'll be nice to actually get this done. Of course, I'm using my new Posca markers because I am basically obsessed with them. They are my new favorite art supply, completely, wholeheartedly. It's all I ever want to draw with. It's just super fun. I mean, obviously, I love lots of other mediums as well, but this has just been extra fun. I love how Posca markers like sit on top of the page instead of seeping into the page like a lot of other, mediums. So that's really nice. And yeah, so I'm basically just obsessed with them. I'm still getting used to the bigger nib though, because I'm used to like much smaller sketchbooks, much smaller nibs. Like this is like pretty thick compared to what I'm normally working with. So yeah, still getting used to that part. But mostly just really, really loving it. It's truly my favorite. It's always fun to find a new art supply that you just absolutely thoroughly enjoy, because it just makes everything feel new and fresh and fun again, which, not that I didn't feel necessarily like I really needed an extra push or anything, but it is nice to have something just like, it's true in life in any way. It's just like the novelty of things sometimes is like what you need to like get excited and keep moving forward. And I definitely appreciated it, having something new to play with. So we'll see if I ever get sick and tired of Posca, but for now, I don't think I ever will, because it's been so much fun to explore and to just mess around with. Today I am using reference photos from the Instagram account called Earth's World. It is a photography account of portraits of just regular people who are at like county fairs. So that's what I'm working with today. And it's really fun because instead of just a whole bunch of like models and fancy people, you get like normal people. Sometimes you need to draw like normal people once in a while, okay? That's my recommendation. Draw normal people. They're pretty interesting too. Honestly, sometimes more interesting. Not all of your reference people have to be supermodels and look fantastic, because most of the time, most people don't look like that. And so it's good to like also just stay aware of so many different types of shapes, and like people just are different shapes, and I like their faces and their noses and everything about them can just be different than the normal like Disney-fied look of people, if that makes sense. And so it's good to remind yourself of that by drawing normal people, using normal people as references. And so that's what I am doing. Plus, all of these photos, again, from Earth's World on Instagram, I feel like always have very fun and interesting expressions because they don't know they're being photographed. And so it's always interesting because like they're just minding their own business. They're just doing their own thing. And then they're getting photographed like, and so it just makes some really interesting poses and faces and things. But if you're ever like not sure what to draw, go to Earth's World on Instagram. You'll find tons of really interesting different references. And so there we go. A really quick, like 5-minute sketch. Really fast, really quick. I've got all these people too. I love this guy the most. He looks so happy and chill. And the pink underlay is also Posca. The problem is that I have to go back and figure out which person I was drawing. Where's my reference photo? Where are you? Oh, here she is. She's wearing a hat. Okay. We'll see if this turns out. That's I guess what all artists worry about. Will this actually turn out? Debatable. She's just got all of these big bangs. And that's what's fun too about seeing just normal people is like, you're like, you go girl, because I would never with this hairstyle. And you're rocking it, you're killing it. But it is all very unusual. And another thing I like about Posca is that obviously it's paint, but I'm such a line artist, as you can see. I'm not really a painter, and I'm still challenging myself on color and how to use color well. And so I like Posca that you can just kind of use it as your line work and as a way to just do line work. You don't have to actually fill anything in if you don't do. You can use Poscas however you want. You can use any art supply however you want. That's what makes it art. You'll see that I already got the paint on me. That's the other thing though, is that obviously you need to give it time to dry. And a lot of other markers and pens, you obviously don't have to think about that as much. So maybe that's a downside of Posca, but I don't care. I still love it. I'm in love with Posca. And I chose this woman because she has such a unique and interesting nose. I was like, I have to draw this nose. Like, yes. Look at this little tiny lip. Whoop. And I'm always tempted to draw their lips, and I'm like, I probably shouldn't. Even though her lips are such a vibrant part of this. Her ears are completely covered. Love your art. Thank you and welcome. Thank you for joining me here today. Just drawing some people. And I have one more place for like one more page of the sketchbook. So you'll have to let me know if anyone has recommendations or things they want to see me draw, because I still haven't decided what to actually put on that last page. Yeah, there we go. That's it. That's it. Another 5-minute sketch of a person. Voila. You only draw people if not a wolf. I don't only draw people. I do draw other things. Wolves may not be my strong suit, but I certainly can try. I obviously love drawing people the most, maybe, but I do a lot of landscape things. I think a lot of these are buildings and landscapes. More people, but yeah, I have this last spread to do too, so maybe I need to draw wolves. I don't know. I feel like this just needs a little extra something going on. These people are nice and clustered together, but this is like, oh, she's all the way all over there by herself. And that's when I'm like, okay, I feel like we need something going on here. So just a few doodles might help. But I don't know, sometimes when you add too much, it's like, doesn't actually do that great. Hello, hi, welcome. I am doing great. I'm doing good. I'm gonna be honest, I drew a lot this weekend, like a ton for another video that I'm working on. And I think I drew too much and my wrist is a little sore, but I am going to, so I've been resting my wrist and I have a wrist brace. But basically that just means I drew too much. I didn't know you could draw too much, but you can. So stretch and take care of yourself. And I am trying not to draw like that crazily ever again. I think I filled like 5 sketchbooks in a day. But other than that, like I'm doing really good. I'm having a fantastic day. I hope you all are having fantastic days too. I feel like no matter what I do to fill in this space, it's going to be bad. Do you ever feel that? Like, I'm gonna ruin the look and feel of this by putting literally anything there. I only know how to draw stars. What do I do? It's like, you can go to, when you're doodling, it's like, do you draw flowers? Like, what do I draw in the midst of all of this? I probably don't need to draw anything. But I'm already here, so we're gonna just draw some like weird swirlies or something because I need to draw something. And I'm not sure what else to do. Doesn't make any sense, I know. But that's just what I'm doing. We're just filling the space. Small clock. Times connected to ages and faces. Okay. How about this? We'll do a little clock. Oh my gosh, I just had to look at a clock to make sure I'm doing this right. How often do you look at an analog clock, everybody? Because for me, clearly not often. I just had to look at a clock and make sure I'm putting the numbers on the right places. Yikes. Do I live in a digital age or not? I do. You know that you are a millennial. When? Okay, I actually don't remember. There should be like, I don't know, on like a little alarm clock, right? Don't know. That's a little alarm clock though. Can you guys even see what I'm drawing? Okay. And we're gonna make it ring, ring, ring. Time is running out. Great suggestion. Love the suggestion. Any other suggestions for what to do in between all these faces? Otherwise, I'm just gonna go with like dots or something. Or other swirls, which would be fine, honestly. Swirls and things, there we go. Sometimes I'll just draw lots of little circles to fill space. I don't know. It has literally no meaning. I need something else though. Like this is a pretty big chunk of real estate here on this sketchbook spread. So that needs something going on, I think, personally. We've got an alarm clock. Does something go with the alarm clock? That would make sense. Have I just ruined this page completely? The man with the same color of the clock looks like he's having some serious sports match. Yeah, he's in it. In it to win it. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining. Let's see. A clock. What else we got? Too late. Can't think of anything. We're going with circles. I kind of think of these as little bubbles, honestly. A mirror. That's such a good idea. Too late. There we go. There we go. That, my friends, is a completed sketchbook spread. An old mirror. Like a little handheld mirror would be cool. I'm sorry. It is a really good idea, and I missed it. Yeah, I was thinking too. I just got impatient. I'm so sorry, I was impatient. Okay. Well, now I need help with something else, and I will wait for responses on this one. I have the final spread, this is the last spread of this sketchbook that I've been working on for 4 years. Help me figure out what goes on here. What am I drawing? Am I drawing more people? Should I draw people? Should I doodle something? Should I draw a random place? I've got all sorts of random things in here. What else do I draw on my final spread? A forest. That would be lovely. Any other ideas? Because I do love a good forest. I draw lots of like landscapes and things. I got a little forest here. We can draw another forest. I'm not opposed to the forest idea. Clearly, lots of landscapes happening here. So, hello, welcome. Big mirror takes both pages and face inside it. Or a lake. Ooh, a lake would be nice. A forest and a lake. What about a lake and then a forest behind the lake? Or a lake and a forest? Oh, or we can draw more people. We can draw whatever. or a swamp. Get out of my swamp. I can't do Shrek impression, but lake nice too. Okay, we like the lake idea. Okay, well, we will, here's what I'm gonna do. Little snippet of information for you. Here, let me go back to this page we just did so you can look at something interesting. Okay, my little snippet of advice for, it's not advice really, it's just an idea. When I want to do a landscape and I don't have any of my own photos or I don't have any other references that I really want to do, I will go to mapcrunch.com. Mapcrunch.com. And that website will give you a randomized street view, like somewhere in the world. And it is one of my favorite things to use when I don't know what to draw, but to want to draw a like urban place or a urban place or like a landscape or something. And that is what I use for a reference in those times. So let me look up a map crunch here. Ooh, it gave me a really, really pretty place in Norway. Oh my gosh, beautiful. Stop it. But there's no lake. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to mapcrunch.com and I'm just going to keep switching places until it gives me a lake, and we're going to go with that. So far, no lakes, and I don't want to show you my computer, so I'm not doing that. But this one's got a forest, but it doesn't have a lake. But it always provides really cool, interesting, different views of places. And I always really appreciate that. It's just an easy place to go when you're like, I don't know what to draw. Give me a place. It's mapcrunch.com. I've got rivers, I've got forests, I've got urban settings. This might take too long to find one. Where are all the lakes? I wonder how many lakes are actually in the world. Like how many lakes are there? Probably a lot. Forest, lake, swamp, and a snowy mountain in the back. Wow. That's a lot. Not a bad a lot, just a lot. I'm having a really hard time finding a good reference photo. Okay, we want swamp, forest, and snowy mountain. What kind of place would that even be? A swamp, a forest, a snowy mountain. Like, where would you find all of those things together, like in the world? Do swamps and snowy mountains go together? I don't know. Here, we can at least try for in heaven. They all go together in heaven. I love that. I love that. That's right. We're going to try at least for a lake, forest, and a snowy mountain. I don't know what a swamp looks like. There's kind of a swampy place near me, but okay, so next question is, am I using all my Poscas again, or am I cracking open the gouache? Yeah, we're gonna go with my Poscas because I can't get enough of them. They're the best. That's all I have to say. So we're gonna do it all, folks. We're gonna do it all. And I am really winging it because I don't have a reference photo, but I am using the inspiration of all of those things. Canada, maybe you're right. Maybe there is all of those things in Canada. But keep that idea in your mind. Maybe one day you draw it. The mirror shows our faces, half happy and half little sad or no smile. That is sad. Sounds like you need to draw it. You have a great idea of the mirror things. You should draw the mirror. There are all my snowy little mountains. Maybe that's too far up the page. No, that's fine. I don't even know if You want to draw? Well, you should, and welcome. Hello. Good to hear from everyone. Let's see. I'm working on it. Blossom, hello, welcome, hi. Those will be our mountains. How about that? Let's see if I'm only doing with, well, I was thinking I was going to do just Posca. I'll probably add other things because my Posca colors are actually pretty limited, which is fine. We're gonna go with, can you have drawing ideas? Okay, drawing ideas. I have like so many long form videos on my channel, by the way, of drawing prompts and sketchbook ideas. And if you follow me, then you get to, or you subscribe, you get to see another one very, very soon. I'm working on one. But one of my favorite ideas or favorite like prompts to give people is this. Grab your paintbrush, use some ink wash or some watercolor or whatever. Just put random shapes all over the page. Just random, super random shapes. Then once it's dry, go over with like a marker or a pen or something and try to turn those random shapes into a face. It's really fun. It's like a fun little challenge. It doesn't have to look normal. And it just gets you outside of your normal perception of what a face should look like. And it just helps you loosen up and like explore different shapes. So that is one of my favorite drawing prompts. Please use that. Please do that. It is super fun. And then tell me how it goes because I'm always really excited about that. So please do that. Please. Okay, I was going to use blue and now I'm not so sure. I wish I had a purple, but I don't. I always feel like mountains should be purple. Maybe we're just going to stick with the blue. We're going to stick with the blue. Nice idea. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, mountains are hard. And I'm not sure how silly I'm going to make this. And by that I mean how detailed am I making this, or am I just doing silly, funny looking mountains? I feel like when you're working with Posca, you can't help but make it look a little silly, and not silly in a bad way, but just like a little bit goofy because you're working with this like very bold colors. Are you guys too far away? Do you want to see more? There you go. And so working with Posca's everything just seems a little bit like, it's very like storybook-esque to me when I'm working with Posca's. Does anyone actually live by mountains in this chat? Because you can tell me if this looks really bad. I'm looking at some reference photos of snowy mountains, and so I really cannot tell you if this makes sense or not. Oh no, I just got splatter everywhere, y'all. I was too excited. That's okay. It adds depth and texture. Actually, I want to do it again now. Splat. Nope, I can't force it. It's okay. That would be really fun though, because I'd love to see more splatter. You have an idea. Please let us know what the idea is. What is the idea? You live near mountains, everybody. A butterfly lives near mountains. Snowy mountains? I hope this looks like mountains. You have to tell me if it looks like mountains, because I'm not sure. Yes, they do. Okay. You live in the sand. It looks stylized, but really good. Okay, great. Yeah. That's kind of the word I was looking for earlier, is like when you're drawing with Posca, everything has to be a little stylized because it's a little bit all over the place. You know what I mean? And Alanov lives in the sand. I live, how would I describe where I live? Definitely not mountains. You like my mountains too. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you so much. You guys are so encouraging and kind. Where I live, we do not have mountains. We do have lots of lakes and forests where all the mosquitoes live. And bluffs, I guess, which aren't really mountains, but are tall. I basically live near the prairie of the United States, so we got some prairie land. Flat road? Yeah, mostly flat road. There's really not that much incline. Not where I live. You forgot the idea. Come on, give us some ideas. Depending on what highway I hop on, I get a view of the mountains in the distance. Oh, that would be gorgeous. If I could see mountains every single day, like, I'm sure you like would get used to it and it wouldn't feel that magical. But whenever I am in a place where there's true mountains, I'm like, oh my goodness, this world I live in is so gorgeous and perfect and wonderful, and you just forget everything. It's great. But yeah, I don't live in as flat a place as some places. Some places in the U.S. really have absolutely no terrain or elevation at all. But I have a little elevation, not a lot. Okay, y'all, we got mountains. Honestly, I like what happened over here and not what happened over here. And I want to go back and fix it, but I'm kind of nervous to do it. Okay, well, that'll work. That'll do. Okay, so we've got mountains, check. What else do we need? We needed forest, we need a lake, and maybe even a swamp. Those are all of the criteria you've given me, which is a lot. Okay, we're gonna do forest. This obviously needs to dry a little bit. So let's see here. How can I do a forest and then a lake? What is happening? Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna add, oh, what if I did forest and then swampland that leads to a big lake and we just see part of the lake? I don't know if that would make sense. This idea wastes too much ink. There's no such thing as wasting ink. Not if you're creating something. Poscas are out of ink. Your Poscas are out of ink. I love them. I use them so much. That is a bummer. I think there are some acrylic markers that you can refill. I don't know about the different sizes. But my Montana, you can refill. Obviously, this is a huge size. And I know you can with the Molotow as well. You can refill these. I've heard some people say that you can refill Liquitex too, but I have yet to figure out how that's possible. But I don't know about the smaller sizes. Like these little sizes in the, like Molotow has smaller sizes, I know. Like, are they refillable too? I'm really not sure. But maybe that is the answer to your problem of the Poscas running out. Because I really do love acrylic markers. Just know that there are other options out there. There's always other options. Obviously, everyone's heard of Posca, but there are other options. Okay, so I am going to try really hard to fit all of these things into this drawing. So we're gonna do mountains and forest and swamp and lake. So we're gonna have a swamp that turns into a lake. That's my objective here. I don't know if it'll work, but we're gonna try. And you can tell me if it's okay, if it looks okay. Yeah, Poscas are really fun, but it is a bummer if you run out of ink. I run out of paint. Are you sure there's not a blockage? Not sure what you're referring to. A blockage in the markers? A blockage. A blockage? What are we talking about? Acrylic markers have a blockage? Oh, I know what you mean. If there's a blockage in your Posca, that's what you mean. Yes, so if you, sometimes your Poscas can get blocked, and I think you can just remove the tip and soak it and clear it out, and then it'll go through again. So definitely check to make sure it's not just that. But you drew all over your table. That honestly sounds super fun. I don't know, maybe this is too rounded actually. That's supposed to be where the lake is gonna be. So what did you draw all over your table that like meant you had no more Posca paint? You used all of your Posca paint on your table? Midnight, hello. Thank you. Thank you for enjoying my art. Thank you for stopping by to join us. Welcome to the party. You know, I made these accidental splatters up here, and I kind of want to make purposeful splatters, but I'm not actually sure how to do that. So any ideas would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so we got the mountains. Our forest is going to be like here. We're going to have the swampy area here, and this is going to be the lake. So I don't know. I need some sort of like barrier maybe, or maybe not. Like some rocks or something that would turn into the lake. I also have to figure out what colors I'm using because I should only use a certain amount of colors, otherwise it's going to look weird. Icy 2K, hello, welcome. Butterfly, drew a girl drawing and wrote the word Posca really big. Oh, cool. So that's like your work desk, your work table, your artist table, and you drew all over it, which sounds really fun actually. Very cool. Okay, let's see here. Well, you can take paint and tap the brush hard on your finger a little further away from the paper. Oh, okay, we're gonna try that. This could be a disaster. This could be a disaster, but we're gonna try it. You can tap it on your finger. Here, you know what? I'm scared to try it on this. I have my my other paper that I just like put all the random stuff on. Here, we're gonna try this. We're learning things. We're learning new things together. Like that. Or like this. Well, I'm definitely getting it on my finger that way. But like a paintbrush, like flicking it. I wish I could understand. I wish I could understand. Hit it on your finger. Well, you can take paint and tap the brush on your finger a little further away from the paper. Maybe I just need to go harder. No. But that can be a fun texture if you just put it on your finger and tap. A dam from Bieber's, or maybe a fallen tree, and make oh no, I'm doing landscapes and animals now. Landscapes and hit the side of the brush on. Oh, you want me to put this on like a normal paintbrush? You want me to put this paint on a normal paintbrush? That's what I'm hearing. You need a paintbrush to do it. LOL. Yeah, hi. Not understanding the splatter technique at all. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I would have to go somewhere else to find my paintbrushes. Bummer. Okay, that's okay. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll try again later. Like add some splatter at the end. Okay, what's fun about working with Posca is I'm not exactly sure. I was originally going to add some colored pencil on top of this to use other colors. Because like this is like adding different, you know. I just have limited Posca colors. But we can go ahead and try with this to add our forest. You know what? I changed my mind again. It's like I almost want to add some colored pencil first, just so that there's some sort of base layer of color there. Otherwise, this is not going to work. You'll post a video? Okay. But we'll keep going with our landscape of mountains and swamp and forest and lake. We'll do it all. I won't let you down. I would never let you down after you've asked for a mountain and a forest and a swamp and a lake. It's a mountain, forest, swamp, lake. And no one can stop us from making mountains and a forest and a swamp and a lake. Honestly, I hope everyone's having a good week. I know it's just the beginning of the week still. We have a long ways to go, but I'm sure you're doing great. Sorry if your ideas were too much. No, I love it. I love it. Like, do all of it, you know? At first, I was just going to do part of it, but I was like, oh, sure. I think it's more fun to do all of it. It's more fun to do everything. So I appreciate your idea. And it's also kind of fun to have a little bit more of a challenge as well. I think the part that's the hardest is just the swamp, because I'm really not sure what kind of swamp we're thinking. Like, when I hear swamp, I think like Shrek, basically. I know there's lots of other swamp regions that probably look very different to that. But that's what I think when I hear the word swamp. This is just like the biggest mass of trees. And I do usually like making little trees. Honestly, I haven't made this kind of a landscape with my Poscas yet, and so it's kind of fun to try. It's also very different than using my gouache, because usually I'm using gouache for something like this. And having just like one color, basically, like one constant color out of a marker is just so different than when you're painting and you can mix things and you can make something a little darker or lighter so easily. And this is like, you're stuck. You're stuck with one hue. And maybe that's one of the disadvantages of using Poscas. I love Poscas and other acrylic markers too. It's just because like they're easier. You don't have to get all your paint stuff out. But and you can just put it away when you need to. Okay, looking good, doing great. Let's see, we're gonna add, maybe some more colored pencil. We need something that's like a beach, but it doesn't need to be exactly like a beach. And you're drawing a beach hut. Perfect. I think what it really needs is like rocks and not a beach. And we're just gonna come back in with this bright blue to kind of bring the whole, it's like you go from the blue to the blue. Bring it all together. Bring it back around. There, very nice. Now I need to try to not get my hand wet by putting my hand right there. You're drawing a beach hut. A beach hut on the beach. That sounds very peaceful and very nice. Like I'm picturing you're drawing like an ocean beach or something. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, let's see. I'm bringing out the yellow. And this is gonna be, so my swamp is gonna be like grasses. Because the swamps I've actually seen just have tall grasses. And you are drawing a beach hut on the ocean beach. Nice. So does anyone live near a swamp? And can tell me what kind of things are in a swamp? Besides ogres. Been through that for sure. Definitely ogres, I would assume. I would hope. I would hope you to get to see lots of ogres. It's weird how that is what we think of. I don't even know what lives in a swamp for real though. What kind of animals live in a swamp? I don't know if that's enough. You don't, sadly, you don't live in a swamp. No one here lives in a swamp? That's good. We don't know. We don't know anything about swamps. Stop harassing us. Yeah. Sorry. Oh dear. It's just getting too thick and it's hard to put any sort of pressure on that. Also, my hand is starting to cramp already just by using too much pressure, so I might have to go left-handed. That's okay. I'm just trying to get some texture in there anyway. Gotta wait for some things to dry. What else are people drawing besides beach huts? Because beach huts do sound fun. That was definitely still wet. You know, I think this started out really great with the mountains. But we still got all of this space. I really don't think the colored pencils do that great. I'm kind of afraid to use this really bright yellow on it. But at this point, I will do what I have to do. Just to add some more depth. It's just nice to have a few different colors to kind of add to it. I think that'll do. That'll do nicely. And we're gonna get my, you were drawing a bird. Very nice, very nice. Okay, we're gonna get out some white here as well. Perfect, lovely, love it. And just because I can, we're gonna add some little clouds in the sky. It looks nice in there. I can feel the fresh and cold air. It is very nice. I can feel it too. Just peaceful and relaxing. I feel like drawing, sometimes you can just like get yourself somewhere else, you know? You can just experience something else somewhere else just by drawing it. It's very therapeutic, I guess, for me. It's very therapeutic. There we go. Some little clouds. All right, what do we think here? There it is. Are there any kind of like flowers in a swamp? I feel like I need to add a flower or something. I don't need to, but it would be interesting. I mean, I won't, but I could. Thank you. I'm so glad you like it. I'm always such a fan of adding little dots of color like flowers on it. But I'm not sure what color I would do. Like I could do the light blue again and just have light blue all over, but that would be a lot. Like, or red or pink or something. But I don't need to add any other color if I don't want to. There it is. There it is, complete. It could be the dark blue if we need more dark blue. Maybe. We've got our mountain. we've got our forest, we've got our swamp, and we've got our lake. We did it all. Okay. Good job, everybody. We did it. We drew all 4 of those things. I am going to put the date, because I like to put the date at the end here. It is, what is the date today? April 23rd. We're going to do it down here. Wow. You know, sometimes I do this better than others. I just think it's fun sometimes to do it weird. Boom, boom. It's 4:30 in the morning. What are you doing at 4:30 in the morning on YouTube? You should be asleep. Asleep, I tell you. And you're here drawing with me. Thank you. I appreciate that. When you should be sleeping, you get to watch me draw swamps and forests and lakes. Oh, you just woke up. You woke up early. I got you. I got you. That's good then. I should not be reprimanding you for waking up at 4:30. That's awesome. So there we go, folks. We finished this one up. And we did this whole landscape, which I'm really excited about how these mountains turned out. I'm still excited about that. I don't know. The rest is fine, but I like the mountains. You go to sleep at 9. That's good. Wolfie, hello. Welcome. Thank you. I'm so glad you like it. We just made that whole piece, which I'm really excited about. And now I'm out of space. I'm out of space on the sketchbook. I finished the sketchbook. Officially completed the sketchbook. And then of course I already have the next sketchbook lined up. It's awesome. I accidentally drew in this new one like 5 million years ago, and I don't like it. I guess that's only 2 years ago. Anyway, I don't like how that turned out. But regardless, I'm going to, even though it's already started, I'm going to start this one, which I'm excited about. And I can say goodbye to this one. This is a Strathmore mixed media soft cover sketchbook that we have officially completed. So thank you all for joining me. I do have to get going now, but I always enjoy our little live streams. I love hanging out with all of you. I love hearing what you're drawing. I love getting all of your awesome feedback and getting to draw all of your prompts, like mountains and forests and swamps and lakes. So, oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. So, you know, we're here, we're having a good time, and that's all I want. That's all I want when we are live streaming. So everyone have a fantastic rest of your day or your evening or whatever it is you're up to now. And make sure to draw as much as you can safely. And don't hurt your wrists like I did. So I will see you all next time, and make sure to subscribe so you can see my long form videos as well. So thank you, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.